Morning, girls. How are we doing? We are back with Glitter and Lasers, and it has been a while since I've done one of our videos. I mentioned it on a live stream the other day, where pretty much a lot of our videos are very samey, and I know for most of the girls, a lot of the videos are very samey, but for Glitter and Lasers in particular, they're very samey, because everything she does, all the interesting things she's been doing recently is like, I went on a cruise. I went on a different cruise, and now seemingly she's gone on a different cruise. And I was like, well, I've just done 2 cruises in a row. I feel like it's gonna be a bit boring if I just cover another cruise. And it was like 1 episode just, and I was like, maybe I'll just like skip this one and wait for her to do something else. Because the jogging documentary was at least interesting. I say jogging with massive quotation marks, by the way. Don't worry, I'm not stupid. But at least it was interesting because it's like a 3-parter. And yeah, a bit samey-like, but at least it was something outside of her wheelhouse instead of just going to the beach. But like you may notice with this one is I'm having surgery. It's a big dramatic one. A lot of people have asked me to cover it. You might notice I'm 2 minutes in. And usually like I start at the start, and you might notice we're 2 minutes in on a black screen. This video is very clearly the biggest like boohoo, pity me, I'm such a victim, people are so mean to me. Because you know why like Foodie Beauty will sometimes have videos where it starts with going, I don't know what to do. And then it fades to black. And it's like a tease for what comes later on. It's like, oh, I wonder what she's going to say later on, guys. We need to watch the whole thing to find out. Imagine 2 minutes of that. Like 20 different cuts of just the black screen where she's like, I'm not the villain you think I am. And then it cuts to black screen and then she comes back going like, people say that I should just accept this. And I won't. And then it cuts to black again. And then it comes back to like, and people constantly like talk about me and say that I should just accept this, but and it's just over and over and over again. It just keeps cutting to her complaining about different people online or saying it's not her fault and she's actually a good person and she can't be blamed for her body, but she's gonna do it and she's so scared because I'm just like, okay, Kilborough, 100%. It feels like you're just trying so hard to pad your videos so you can stick in more mid-roll ads, and it's really, really embarrassing. So I thought, well, we'll just skip it. And we'll just address it as we actually reach them in the video itself. Because it's honestly just embarrassing that she is trying this hard. She can't even do one little clickbait segment at the start of the video. She has to do like 10, 15, 20 in a row, whatever it turned out to be. Because it was just so embarrassing. I just went cross-eyed and just let it happen. And then, I guess here we are. Let's go. There's also, sorry, there's dramatic music in the background too.
I am having surgery to address my lipedema.
Exciting.
And I felt like I needed to come.
Is that why you're in a hotel room, or are you in a hotel room for yet another paid sponsored advert that you're not going to disclose as being a paid sponsored advert, and then you're also going to go, I'm such a victim, even though you're literally being paid just to be like a larger body, we'll say it nicely, a larger body on the brochure.
And just explain why and how I got to this point.
Eating
About 2
too
years ago, I
much.
started talking about my health journey.
Probably eating too much and not exercising enough. I'm going to guess that's how you got lipedema.
And in the beginning, I was really open about everything going on. But
Are you?
as time went on, there was just so much criticism, and it affected my mental health. And I also was afraid that I would start making decisions based on what people thought of me.
Maybe you should have, and maybe that would have made you lose the weight. Like, maybe, wouldn't that have, like, wouldn't that be, like, a positive? You know, if you're, like, listening to what people are saying, because people probably do know, like, a lot more than you, hence why your health and fitness journey started 2 years ago, and you only discovered a month or so ago that you've never jogged before a day in your life. Like, maybe you should have listened to people 2 years ago, and you'd be actually jogging by this point, and not, you know, kind of slowly walking a 5K, and then going, I'm so impressive.
Versus what was actually best for me. So I decided at that
But you don't know what's best for you. That's how you got to be this size.
point
That's the problem.
and to allow myself the time to make the right decisions, and that with the intention of maybe not ever sharing it.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry. Every time you part your hands, I'm very distracted by your boobs because I'm not sure if your bra is just sitting really high or what's going
now
on.
I feel a responsibility to
Like, say, like here. I was probably a bikini top because, like I said, she had to pause her luxury holiday she's likely being paid to be on to be like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm a victim here, but I am still just here chilling in, I don't know, maybe this is a hotel room by a big luxury beach resort or something like that.
share it because I genuinely feel like I dealt with my condition too late, and I can be honest about that. And
shit. You did though.
Working on not punishing myself for that, because I think it's an unfair thing to punish myself for, but it's something I
It's not an unfair thing to punish yourself for. It is an entirely reasonable thing to punish yourself for. Well, not that you even punish yourself for, because punishing yourself is a stupid way to put it. Like, being critical of yourself for it, yeah, that is 100%. But it's like critical in the form of saying, like, God, I should have got my degree 6 years ago. And if I had my degree 6 years ago, I could have done this thing that I really want to do right now, as opposed to doing the degree this late in life, which is really, god damn it, it's so annoying because it's hard to fit in around my busy life. That is like something where you can like beat yourself up about it a bit, but you also have to use that as like justification to yourself then to like just do it now instead of kicking it down the road, because you're like, well, I already feel like this big a dick for waiting this long. I should just do it now, because I know if I wait another year, I'll feel like even bigger a dick. So it is like fair to like shit on yourself a bit for that, but in the form of like telling yourself to actually finally make the change.
Deeply feel right now, therapy is great, I'll get through it, but right now I'm not.
Will you actually go to therapy though? It's one of those things where I don't think I've ever really heard her talk about therapy, and it certainly seems like something she needs.
And if I can help somebody else get the treatment and care they need and figure out how to do that,
embarrassing. I
want to be that person.
Well, stop fucking lying to your audience so much. It's one of those things where I can criticize like Foodie Beauty or Amber or Boogie or any of these people that I criticize, and I don't get like half as much pushback as I get from people who should go, just so you know, she is the most impressive person I've ever... It could be her on some public accounts, I doubt it. But there are people who genuinely do look up. If you look at the comment sections, there are loads of people who are like patting her ass and praising her and saying she's like the greatest person who's ever lived and such a great role model, when she just isn't. Like, she's like genuinely a really bad role model because she like lies all the time. Like her, she pretty much comes on to advertise stuff to you to act like the victim. It's really odd to see someone who is getting like so much just handed to them in life, but then they will turn around and you say, oh, but by the way, I'm still such a victim because I couldn't fit on this toilet here. It's like, oh, I'm sorry you couldn't fit on the toilet because of your bad choices on this luxury cruise that was given to you for free. Oh no, oh Anna, you're struggling so hard here, dude.
Because I don't want anyone else to go through what I'm going through right now.
Okay.
So, I have lost about 100 pounds.
Uh-huh.
And in January, I stopped losing weight. I was taking Wegovy. I know I've never talked about my medication before, but it is important to the story.
Maybe you should.
So I'm going to...
If you're trying to be like a role model and everything like that, maybe you should have. Maybe you should have, as opposed to doing like really silly jogging documentary. That, by the way, guys, Totes was not a sponsored video. Totes definitely not in any way, guys. Because I maybe bought my own shoes or something like that, so it can't have been a sponsored video. Duh, guys. Maybe you should have been talking about like the medication that you're taking and your health problems, because it's a lot more honest than the jogging video that is just stupid. And like, I don't know, unless you're like a 0 on the fitness scale or like an actual person with an actual disability, that maybe then you could look up and go like, that's something I want to do, because it's, you know, okay, for you it might be an impressive level, but for like 95% of the population, casually walking a 5K is not impressive.
To talk about it here, and I'm not endorsing anything. You should go see your doctor for any medical treatment. It's just important to the storyline.
Why should they listen to you at all?
I've been for about, I'm going to say 8 months, and I just stopped losing weight.
Try to remember, this is all... Firstly, she has not even explained what this is. I don't know what this is. Like, the bit of blunt, is this a fat person drug? Is this like an Ozempic? Like, I don't know what this is. You should explain this to us. Like, because some people are healthy. Some people don't take any form of medication, like, whatsoever. So, Wegovy, whatever the hell you're saying, you should be telling me what it is, especially you're being so open now. What is it?
And I was keeping around an 1,800 to 2,000 calorie diet, and I was training for my 5K.
Sure you
And if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below, just so you can get an idea of like what I was
doing. What I was doing? Nothing. Nothing. Just so you know, if a woman her size was eating 1,800 calories per day and was quote unquote training for her 5K, she would lose weight. There you go. It's that simple. I'm sorry. They all boil it down to it. And during her like dramatic intro to this, she does this whole like, you know, there are people who say I should accept being this and be happy with this because they were like fat activists or whatever it is. And she disagrees with them as well because she's such a saint, guys. She's nailing herself to a really reinforced cross. But like, bro, you're lying to your audience if you're acting like calories in, calories out. Just stop working for you randomly one day because it's magic, because lipedema. It's the same claim Amber Lynn makes about her lipedema. You are not 400 pounds of lipedema. You know, your base, I don't know what I would, she's a tall lady, I think she is. So maybe you're 120 pounds at a good weight. You are not then 280 pounds of lipedema. You're probably 80 pounds of lipedema and 200 pounds of fat. You know? So, like, calories in, calories out will still work. Maybe it won't get rid of your lipedema, but it will get rid of your fat still. So you're just already lying to your audience by acting like it stopped working.
And that was weird. That was unusual. And I was tracking just like everything according to what I needed to be my best and healthiest self. And so it was very frustrating.
I'm sorry. Like, imagine, like, you know, you're her, who did, like, an hour-long 5K you know, who couldn't even get to a jogging pace. She couldn't even get to a jogging speed, but she is sitting talking about being the healthiest she could possibly be. It's like, bro, you're just not a good example. When you said earlier on, speak to your doctor about this, how about you just have stopped the video right there? Make it 4 minutes long. I know you won't get a mid-roll ad. I know you won't be able to stick in 17 mid-roll ads into this video for your adoring fan base that you're brainwashing into thinking that you're an actually good person and a good person to listen to about weight loss. But you should have stopped it there with you should speak to your doctor. You should have gone with that.
So my doctor was like, well, maybe we'll try a different medication. Zepbound goes up higher in its dosages. Maybe you just need a higher dosage.
I'm assuming she is talking about Ozempic then. Which kind of makes her weight loss like a lot less impressive. Like I know like Amber and all have been arguing this recently, where it's like, it's so stupid people think that I shouldn't be like proud of myself for losing weight when I'm on Ozempic. It's like, well, it kind of takes away from it if you can't do it yourself. And like you haven't fixed the underlying issue where if you do happen to be on Ozempic, which is forcing you to lose weight and you get off it eventually, like you're gonna put the weight back on again, bro.
We went on Zepbound, and by we I mean I went on Zepbound. Nobody else joined me. It wasn't like a collective. But I ended up.
I'm so quirky, guys. That's definitely fitting to say in the middle of this very serious conversation where I'm trying to act like I might die.
Having a really bad allergic reaction, and it also made me hungry versus stabilizing my appetite. So it was not good for me.
Sure, bro.
And I also started to have like pain, and we thought that that was related to the allergic reaction because, you know, allergic reactions can cause inflammation and all kinds of other things.
Thank you.
Didn't pay any mind.
I love she explained that, but she won't explain what medication she's actually on.
To a detox of the medication.
Do you think she's not explaining the medication because she is on like an Ozempic variant or something like that, a semaglutide variant or whatever it is, where it is just like a magic pill she's taking, which is basically forcing her to lose weight? Do you think that's why she's really kind of skimming over explaining it? Because she's hoping for like the dum-dums in the audience, which, yes, does include me. My hand is up right now. I'm one of the dum-dums in the audience. I'm literally a potato here. But do you think she's doing it so like people are just like, whoa, she's talking about medication. Maybe it's for the lipedema. That's what the medication's for. Wow, she's so impressed that she lost 100 pounds. Instead of you going like, so she's on medication that makes you lose weight. And it's really hard to beat the medication and she's lost 100 pounds in a year. Which probably she should have lost it a lot faster, especially if she was exercising, running 5K a day or whatever the fuck pretend shit she was claiming.
Went back onto Wegovy, and then I felt great again. Still wasn't losing weight.
Yeah, bro.
So
totally believe you.
Said, maybe it's just a plateau. Just keep going, and I did.
It's not how this works. Plateauing, okay, sure, plateauing can be real. But it's not like a real thing if you are in like a total calorie deficit where her maintenance weight is, like her maintenance calorie intake is probably like, I don't know, 3,000 calories. That's just rough ball. I'm not going to look it up. 3,000 calories. If you're eating 1,800 calories, you're already in a 1,200 calorie deficit. Then if you're exercising on top of it, for someone her size, the amount of calories she would lose from just like jogging or walking or whatever the fuck, she would lose so much weight.
Whenever I went to the doctor in LA, like 2 weeks previously. I can't even remember when that was. So
Sam, I wasn't there, bro.
I want to say it's March, but that could be wrong. It could also be April.
Oh my god, you're so fucking... Remember, this is 1.25 speed. She's so slow.
Literally, it's all a blur right now. But what happened is I went to the doctor again. Still wasn't losing weight.
Wow.
So she was like,
magic.
We're going to try a different medicine combo, but I think you need to...
Maybe you should just, like, I don't know, like calories in, calories out. It's so weird. Did you go to your doctor and your doctor's like, are you being honest with me about the calories you're intaking here and the calories you're using? Are you actually being honest with me here, boy? No, the doctor's like, no, Anna, you are magic. Calories in, calories out. They just don't work. If you stopped eating altogether, you'd just survive. You'd survive the apocalypse because you don't burn calories somehow, I guess. Shrug. It's kind of weird. You know, we should try a different medicine combination. I'm sure they would explore your diet first.
See somebody about your lipedema before we make any
Why would it have anything to do with that?
And I was like, okay. And I literally just felt like they're going to tell me the same things that I've heard from every doctor.
I'm sure everyone has seen 600 Pound Life where you see some people who have like ridiculous, like worse lipedema than her, and they still lose weight. It's not, having lipedema doesn't just stop weight loss.
Sure, and I've heard about my lipedema from my obesity specialist, which was who I was seeing, my vascular surgeon because of like my spider veins and circulatory issues as a result of lipedema, also from my primary care doctor. And I just felt like it was going to be like the dry brushing, the self-lymphatic massage, wearing compression socks, compression pants if I can find ones that fit me correctly, which I couldn't at the time, changing my diet, which I'd already done, exercising.
Have you though? If you stop losing weight and are apparently only eating 1,800 calories per day, there's something wrong with your diet or with your actual amount of exercise that you're claiming. If you suddenly can't lose weight at that level.
Maybe reducing the high impact stuff. Like I knew that that's what I was going to hear. And so I didn't expect anything different. Right. So I went in and I also wanted to know like when I was ready, how much would surgery cost and all of that. I saw several doctors And we'll talk about that in a different video, but I did see several doctors.
Yeah, oh my god. This is 22 and a half minutes long. You're talking, so far, the first 6.5 minutes has been basically nothing apart from, I guess, magic that she just doesn't work with calories in, calories out. Can you not somehow fit this in?
And every single one of them said the same thing, which was that
Your magic?
I was very close to losing mobility, which was extremely shocking to me because
When was this?
I felt great. I didn't have.
When was this? You were out running a 5K apparently with like physical specialists and all, but no, behind the scenes, despite you running quotation marks, 5K, your doctor's also like, you're about to lose mobility. How are we meant to even buy this? It's so silly. All she has to do is, I ran a 5K. All she has to do is like, no, you're losing mobility because magic.
Pain. My inflammation was like under control. So I was like, I'm fabulous, right? But every single one of them is like, ugh, you need to deal with this soon. And
what
so
soon? Deal with what
the
soon?
first time I heard it, I was like, okay. Second time I heard it, I was like, you make a good point. Third time I heard it, I actually started to get scared.
Well, magic.
So
all of the doctors, despite her losing weight and being healthier than she has been in probably decades, you know, at least based on what she's claiming to us, like I said, I don't believe her claims whatsoever, but based on what she is claiming to us, healthy as she's been, all of her doctors, all totally different doctors, all agreed, you are about to lose mobility. Even though you're the lightest you've been in a long time, the healthiest you've been in a long time, the fastest you've been in a long time, everything I got, you're about to lose mobility. There are 700-pound people who have not lost mobility. What is she even talking about? It's so lame, bro. I don't know. Just think of something like more interesting than this like magic lipedema that is just suddenly going to bedbind you despite your 5K video.
I made the decision that during the summer is the slowest time of year for me work-wise.
Why?
It made the most sense to, if I was going to do it then. So
is that really your slowest time of year when your entire job is like to show off like bikinis and like summer clothes and dresses and go on like all expenses paid cruises where you're like the tourism advertisement? Like, how is this your slowest time of year?
I made the decision to have surgery, scheduled the appointment, and started the process of prepping for surgery.
Okay, so how much does it
and
cost?
Again, I'm still feeling pretty good at this point. As part of surgery protocol, you have to go off GLP-1s and several other medications, okay?
Wow.
Just because they thin the blood.
What other medications are you on? She's trying to do this like thing where she's trying to like save people. Like, I'm such a good role model for all of you guys. I just want to change people's lives. Won't talk about why she's on a medication, what medication she's on, how much it costs, or anything like that. Anything. It is just like, oh, yeah, I want to speak to my doctors, and they said, oh, you need to fix this. And I was like, I was like, what is the this?
Blood, or they can cause problems with anesthesia. I started to go off of the Wegovy. And
the Wegovy? What the fuck are we?
It's been
just say really, keep saying names.
Honestly, terrible. I don't have another word for it. I don't want this to be a cry video, but it really is a cry video because I started to.
The entire first 2 minutes of it were clickbaiting, like her going, I just want to live. That kind of shit. But she doesn't want to be a cry video, guys. This definitely isn't clickbait to try and manipulate her audience. And it has worked. She has like 60,000 views, which is far more than all of her other videos. It's like more than like the last two videos put together.
Really feel the condition in my body in a way. Like, I always had some pain. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have
what can you feel?
High pain tolerance, and that
sure, bro.
is just a symptom of a.
You don't seem it. You don't seem like you have a high pain tolerance. You seem actually like you have a very low pain tolerance and a very low tolerance for any form of like struggle or like issue whatsoever with how many times you break down crying in like an all expenses paid yacht video. It's just funny, like, it's so hard for me, guys. It's like, bro, you're on an all expenses paid holiday. I don't know, me buck up.
The life I've lived, but this was new and this was hard, and it felt as if.
What is it?
I had regressed all the way back.
The thing that I'm feeling that's hard, and it's my pain threshold. Like I said, this is meant to be like, look at me, I'm such a brave warrior, showing you guys my deep inner self, so you guys will never. Then she doesn't explain what she's actually even talking about, what the doctors are even saying to her. She doesn't explain any of it. She's just like as vague as possible because she is just saying stuff to try and make people feel sorry for her.
The first week I was off it, I started to just have pain in my legs, feeling like a giant bruise. Data couldn't lie next to.
What are you? Like I said, I thought this was a weight loss thing she was on a second ago, and now it's to do only with her lipedema because her lipedema's in pain. Did she stop more than one medication? Did she stop a weight loss medication and also lipedema medication, or something? She is just saying like the name of a medication, like I'm on, and it's like, sorry, what was it? It's like, I literally didn't even catch what you said. You just quickly splurted out a random medication, bro. I don't know what it's for. I'm not you.
To me, couldn't lie on my lap. The second week I was off it, I started to have difficulties like walking distances. You know, for me, walking 5 to 6 miles a day was pretty normal. It was something I did. You know, at least that's what my
Even though you needed to train to be able to slowly walk a 5K, but walking 6 miles, that's just normal for me. Just super casual for me.
Apple Watch told me, and now I was walking like 2-3 miles and things started to really hurt.
Wow.
My workouts started to become really, really hard. Even when I asked my trainer to like reduce the workout weights, I couldn't do them. Like
what workout weights? Like what weights are we talking about? Listen, specify what you're talking about. Because okay, first she was going to say, she reduced how much cardio she was doing because of the walking issues. She can't go a certain distance. That would make sense. But now reduce the weights. Like what weights are we talking? What are you? Is this for like squatting? Is this like a pull down? What weights are we talking about? Because if it's like an upper body thing, surely it shouldn't make any difference because you've probably seen it for a lot of those. Like, what do you have to talk to me about what exercises you're actually struggling with. Now it's just gone from like cardio to weights, and like, but those wouldn't be connected by your legs being in pain.
As if my muscles had just magically atrophied.
Which ones?
I am afraid that
which muscles?
A lot of the work I've done on my mobility and the way my body works to kind of help counter my
Okay, you feel like your muscles atrophied. From what to what? What were you lifting? What firstly, what issues are we talking about? Secondly, what was your deadlift? Was your deadlift 100 pounds, okay? What is it reduced to? Suddenly, I can only lift 60 because of some random medication that I've randomly stopped taking for some fucking random reason. It's atrophied, guys. This is such a bad video for actually putting us in your shoes to explain anything, because I'm just sitting here going, bro, what are you talking about?
Hyperextension may be gone. I have a feeling it's gone because I'm starting to have pain in my ankle again, and I haven't had pain in my ankle since I did that, and I just like,
wow.
I have to do this assessment in like a couple days, and I am like terrified she's gonna tell me that I'm locking my legs again because I worked so freaking hard to not do that.
Did you? Is this to do with the jogging video? Wasn't it to do with the jogging video where she's like suddenly realized that she was like hyperextending her legs suddenly? She wasn't like talking about her ankle being in pain prior to that. Like she seemed like she was in fine prior to that. So much so that she didn't realize that there was an issue until they told her there that she was hyperextending, and she's like, really? Oh, and then the next second it was just fixed. So something that's like, I worked so hard to fix it because the pain is back, guys. It must be back. And it's like, what are we talking? You weren't in pain before that. I remember the video. You never said, I'm in pain by my ankle before that because of hyperextension. Like, you only learned that during it and then immediately fixed it.
But it's just my body trying to stop the pain I'm living in.
Oh, that's cringe.
I now wake up every day in pain.
Wow.
And it's really bad. And I am trying to smile through it, and I'm trying to live through it, but
You're so embarrassing. This whole, like, I'm such like a victim, but I'm trying so hard to smile through. Bro, do you know what? A lot of people have issues. That's all I have to say. A lot of people have issues. A lot of people aren't paid to go on expensive luxury cruise liners. They don't get like most things for free because you have 1 million subscribers on YouTube and are a plus size influencer. So this whole like everything about me is so much more difficult than everyone else. Bro, everyone has issues. A lot of people wake up in pain for whatever fucking reason. A lot of people smile and get on with it. You're not some brave warrior because you went on the luxury cruise that you got paid to be on, you know?
I am crying a lot. I'm traveling with my creative
cry a lot all the time. Oh, John! Hey, John!
I just keep apologizing because I'm so slow and I'm so tired all the time.
She's so performative as well. When she's even the hand roll, I'm so slow, I'm so tired. It's so performative. I know a lot of people, like her fan base who show up occasionally, will be like, oh my god, you're such a heartless bastard, you're so mean. She's like exposing her. She's like manipulating you. That's why I don't feel anything from this, because it's a blatant manipulation. It's like I said, if she came out and said, I'm on this medication, this medication, this medication, this medication is for weight loss, this medication is for the blood thinners, this medication is for whatever, that kind of shit. She came out and said, look, I do these type of exercises every day, single day, but because I stopped doing this exercise was fine. If she actually came out with real information, as opposed to this like totally nebulous stuff that she's talking about, like, you're the one filling the gaps in your brain as to what you think she is saying. She is just saying nebulous, vacuous shite to you and hoping that you feel sorry for her because look at her, she's a brave warrior. She's out here struggling and you might be a fatty yourself and maybe you're struggling too. So you relate to her and go, oh my, me too, my life is hard too. Oh, she's speaking for me right now. You're putting your problems into her because she is being so vague that she's allowing you to do that. If you actually listen to her, what she's saying doesn't even line up. Especially with the timeline of this, because this was during the point when she was apparently doing the 5K and everything was absolutely fine. And then just suddenly, out of nowhere, suddenly there's issues and she can, like, not exercise anymore. And she's hyperextending, but I haven't done that in so long. Even though it was only a very short time ago when she did the 5K thing. And, like, the 5K thing was when she found out about the apparent hyperextension. And she had never realized that before and didn't know there was an issue. But now suddenly there was a massive issue for her life and she was in so much pain because of it. It doesn't add up. It's all over the fucking place.
And it feels like everything I fought for.
And also, she cries all the time. So this being a thing, I try not to cry in front of you because she's a smile to. No, she cries in every video I think I've ever done, apart from like the try-on videos. She cries.
For the last 2 years has just been like ripped out of my hands.
Wow.
And there's new pain that I didn't have when I started my health journey, and I don't understand it, and I can't.
This doesn't make like any sense, like whatsoever, because like surely she is fully aware if this pain like exists, it's because she stopped taking the medication. So like, why are you suddenly acting like, oh my god, the last 2 years have all been a waste, guys? It's like, well, they haven't been, because if you're on the medication and you're a lot better, then surely it's not, because you know full well you're only off it to get the surgery, which you'll feel better on the other side of. So it doesn't make any like sense to me, like at all. It's like, I don't know, I have a broken arm and it's like, oh my god, my entire life is ruined because of a broken arm. It's like, no, because it'll heal soon enough and you'll be okay after that. It's like, oh no, but my last 16 years of training have been a waste. Like, no, they haven't been. It's just for this current time period, your arm doesn't really work too well. Afterwards you'll be fine though, you know? But she's trying to make it seem like everything is the worst possible way ever, which if she actually feels like this, firstly, it's stupid, like, because it's just not accurate. And she should realize that afterwards in editing. If this is meant to be like a panic attack moment, she should realize this in editing afterwards and not, put this up. But she wants to put it up because she wants you to click on it and she wants to get mid-roll ads through it.
I didn't predict it, but I've started to have pain in my shoulders and my upper arms.
Oh no.
And so the whole thing with like not being able to put my dog on my thigh, now I can't lay on my side because this hurts. Like this area feels just like so bruised.
Wow. Stop though. You're... Remember, she doesn't want to make this a crying video, guys.
But it all seems really overwhelming right now.
Yeah. And then you edited this afterwards and put mid-roll ads in it. That's the thing. If this was like a live stream when she had a breakdown, firstly, I'd still criticize her because I'd say log off. If you're feeling like this, click that stop recording. So that stop streaming. Click that wee button there and the turn off the live stream. I'd recommend that to her. But remember, this is something she filmed and then edited, including doing the dramatic cuts at the start, and then decided to upload anyway after she had calmed down. Like, this is a manipulation.
And I can't help feeling like a failure.
Aye.
And I know sharing this, I am going to get shredded online. I know that is what so many people are going to do.
Oh my god, I'm such a bro, maybe don't share it then. Like, because you're not helping. Like, you're just being vacuous with what you're saying. You're not really giving any information that's actually helpful to people. You're moaning. That's all you're doing. If I came out and said, oh, I was in a car crash and it was really bad because this happened to me, and oh my god, it was so bad, and my leg was really sore afterwards, and my back was really sore afterwards, I couldn't even go to the gym after. If I came out and just said all that stuff, you'd be like, oh, okay. So how was that meant to help me avoid a car crash, you know? It's like, I'm not giving you advice or actual information. That's what she said. What she wants to do is help people and like show them the way and all. And so far, like maybe the last half will blow my mind, but the first half of this so far has just been, oh my god, I'm such a victim, everything's so hard for me.
I remember I watched a video. I don't even know who his creator was. I just watched someone's like reaction because of course I've been trying to figure out like
why watch reactions
when you get surgery, like other people who've been diagnosed. You know, I'm curious. Like I'm acknowledging and accepting.
What? I thought she's just a second ago she was talking about like a reaction. I thought she was talking like a reaction to her videos or something like that. But now it's about like the surgery. I wouldn't expect that to be like a reaction video. But maybe it's like a reaction after the fact to the surgery. Maybe that's what she's talking about. She just worded it weirdly.
This and it helps. That's why I'm making this to help somebody else go through that journey maybe a little bit smoother.
How would that? What about this is smooth? Oh, so awful. My life sucks so much. Oh, I feel better about it now.
this man made a video where she's like, she doesn't even pronounce the condition wrong. It's lipedema, not lipedema. And all I could think was,
oh, evil.
My doctor's only ever said lipedema.
Okay.
So, asshole man on the internet, you're wrong.
Asshole man on the internet. Yeah, maybe you're wrong. I don't know. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe you misheard your doctor. Maybe you're just, I don't know, lying. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really watch other reactors who talk about her, so I haven't heard anyone go, it's lipedema, not lipedema. I haven't heard anyone say that. Like, I don't know. Isn't there, oh, it's lymphedema and lipedema. There's like two different ones. I don't know. I pronounce things back and forth all the time, so if that is like the main criticism someone had for her, I think it'd be silly, but I'm probably assuming in that video where that person said that, they probably also criticized numerous other things you're talking about, and you probably are just like, I don't know, focusing on that because it's the one thing you can use against asshole man. So she was watching a reaction video talking about herself then. What? How does that have anything to do with the surgery? Because I wanted to know about the surgery. Yeah, but you're watching a reaction video reacting to you clearly doing something, so how would that help you about the surgery? What is she talking about? What is it? What she's saying, none of it makes sense. It is just about how big a victim she is.
What I realized in that moment was that, like, everything I say, someone is going to tell me I'm wrong. And I am...
Because she might be wrong.
Really grateful that I made the decision to not share this until I was ready. Because I don't know if I would have made the decision that I made. But
your decision about what? I'm assuming she's talking about getting the surgery. I'm assuming that. Because like, nothing else she said here has been really mind-blowing or new.
I ultimately know it's the right decision.
Getting the surgery? Yeah, probably. Probably is.
I think the hardest thing about all of this, and it's just like when I think about it, it's like...
Anything?
The last 2 years, being physically active has become a huge part of my life and my joy.
Has it?
And I fought for that activity. I fought for that movement. And it's like someone is just...
I think if you... Someone is just... Okay, calm down. I think if you actually had done like a 2-year fitness thing, you wouldn't have been struggling to like, you know, speed walk a 5K. I just don't buy it. I don't. I have admitted, going back, I do think she's lost weight. I've admitted that. But I certainly don't think that if you are actually trying and going hard and being this icon that she's trying to pretend to be in like fitness and working out and having specialist trainers and all these kind of things, like, bro, why 2 years into it are you struggling to do a 5K? Like, that's crazy.
Everything I love just out of my hands and taking it away.
Oh yeah.
And I just want it back. And I'm going to keep fighting to get it back because...
It's cringe that she's trying to make out that, like, exercising is, like, the thing that I love. Bro, can we not? Like, I'm sorry, if you worked out nearly as much as you claim you do, and you exercise so often, and you're such a fitness freak, and oh my god, I just love being active and working out so much, guys, then the calories in, calories out thing I mentioned earlier on, you would have burnt so many calories that it would be basically impossible for you to plateau.
I deserve to have joy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to move in my body freely.
When does anyone say you don't?
And I don't deserve this pain.
When does anyone say you did?
And I think that's the hardest thing is like, and I'm honestly working through this in therapy because it's a lot, but I'm not.
Did you tell your therapist you're going to upload this? Did they agree with that? Like, maybe you should have asked them first because this is silly.
I'm not the problem. The
You
condition is the problem.
Well, you also are the problem. You also are the problem because the condition is a result of your actions. You also are the problem, and that is something that you should be able to acknowledge. Because just putting all your blame on something else, I'm sure your therapist wouldn't agree with that. Your therapist would be like, yeah, you just take no personal responsibility, just blame whatever it is. Yeah, just definitely not your fault in any way. No, it's still your fault. Like, bad things that happen are still in some way your fault. But, like, you have to learn from the mistakes and the issues and think of, like, well, okay, well, this has happened, so how should I better, like, handle this? That's how you should be thinking, not just say, not my fault at all. Nah, shrug. Doctor told me stop taking medication, not my fault. Shrug. Shrug, not my fault.
That's hard because, like, as a bigger body, you're just gaslit your whole life to feel like you're the problem.
You are still. Literally everything you're describing here is a result of your eating.
But you're not. You're not the problem.
You are.
I think I need to be really honest about the fact that I'm scared.
I couldn't have got that from this message.
That surgery is the right option, but I am so afraid that it won't solve the problem. That I will put myself...
I'm sorry, her really over-dramatized, like, cry face. It's so theatrical. It's like someone said, look sad, took a toddler. And I'm so sad. It's like, bro, I don't buy it. I just don't. Especially when you have to like throw in like pre-prepared lines about how it's like, I just want to blame myself. However, I fully realize that I'm not to blame in any way. I'm literally perfect. When you throw in stuff like that to try and act like you're humble, but then have to remind everyone, oh, but actually I'm not. I'm actually incredible. I'm actually incredible. I'm so amazing, and literally nothing is my fault whatsoever. But I want to feel like it is, because you want people to run and go, no, Hannah, it's nothing's your fault whatsoever. You're just so good. You're an icon. You're a role model. Just because you want people to run it. So when you suddenly throw those lines in the middle of what is meant to be you like having like basically a panic attack, anxiety attack, it's not really believable. And I'm like, oh, she's doing this. Oh, she wants the audience to react like this. I'm seeing the manipulation more than actual emotions.
Through a lot of pain. Different type of pain, but pain nonetheless, and a lot of, emotional, I want to say trauma, because this is traumatic. And
French.
It won't be better. I don't feel great going into this, but I don't think anybody does. I don't think anybody goes into surgery being like, yay!
Obviously not. You want to find something to actually say?
Condition, you're watching this, you're probably nodding your head and you get it. And I just...
Get what? You haven't said anything. You haven't said anything at all. She hasn't like been specific about like anything apart from I'm sore. It's like, same. Like, same, bro. Sucks, don't it? You just kind of have to just deal with it and just move on with your life. It happens sometimes, It's just kind of lame, because he's like, see, if you guys, know what I'm talking about and you're nodding with me. It is like a giant cue card of like, just like me, I'm your role model. I'm basically the same as you. We're basically the same. Even though you should be like wanting more from someone who's like representing you. You should be wanting her to be talking about specifics and actual issues and not randomly complain about some guy on the internet who criticized her like pronunciation at one point because she decided to watch reaction videos about herself because she wanted to learn about her surgery, even though it doesn't make sense.
I hope for two things. One, I hope that this works. And two, I hope that content like this will help other people.
What's meant to help anyone? What if this is meant to be helpful? What?
There are so many...
It's so sad. I was like, bro, it is... Do you know what? If you're really hoping to help someone, I hope this isn't monetized. I hope there's no mid-roll ads whatsoever. Obviously, I have an ad blocker, so I won't see it. But God, I really hope there's no ads on this. If you're just doing this as your charitable deed of the day to help people and aren't trying to monetize this in any way. Oh God, I actually wonder. 1 second, I'm gonna go look at the description. I went and had a look. I was just like, God, I wonder if it's gonna be something like there's gonna be like a link to her Amazon affiliate or something like that. And you know what? Give it 1 point of credit. There isn't. So I guess cool.
Messages about bodies. I mean, you're damned if you seek treatment. You're damned if you don't.
Why would you be down to seek treatment?
And I'll say this, and this is controversial, and I don't even freaking care anymore. I'm controversial.
Freaking care. Remember, she is trying to pretend that she is having like an anxiety attack right now. However, she still stopped herself from saying fucking because she wanted to make sure that it wasn't her video wasn't negatively affected in the YouTube algorithm. Because like my videos are like sunken in the algorithm a lot of times because I swear so often. YouTube doesn't like that. That's why she stopped herself from saying fucking to say frickin'. Because she's thinking, advertiser money, ad revenue, mid-roll ads. That's why she stopped herself there. That should have been a second take, bro. Because when you do something like that, when you're trying to act like you're having like a panic attack, it shows that you're thinking logically during this panic attack and you're thinking about money as opposed to showing your real emotions.
But on one hand, people are telling you it is all your fault and you are the problem and you are making choices.
Yes.
Which is true. Led you to this. And on the other hand, you have a community of people who are telling you you were just meant to be big, don't do anything about it. And guess what? Both of those are wrong.
No, they're not. One side of that's wrong. The people saying, oh my God, you're so healthy at your size. They are, yes, certainly 100% wrong because look at you. You just aren't. You're sitting here on a bed screaming about being in pain because you had to stop taking medication. But the issues you're talking about that you got are your fault. They are. And there's nothing wrong with shit being your fault. A smoker gets lung cancer. That is their fault. They have to acknowledge that and try and work around it to see how they can best fix their life or improve their situation. It's still their fault, though. They don't have to sit there and hate themselves and want to end themselves because of it, but they have to acknowledge it's their fault, because if they don't and just keep smoking and go, nah, not my fault at all, man, I don't know what you're talking about, as they continue to smoke, that's good. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to end pretty badly for them. Just like you, it is your fault you're where you are right now. It's no one else's fault. No one injected you with lard. So you just have to accept it and think, okay, my fault, I've messed up. how do I fix this? That's what you should be feeling. So one side of the argument is right. It is your fault. That doesn't make you less of a person. A lot of people fuck up. You know, people fuck up in different ways.
So I would say to anyone, if you feel like you are trapped in your body, and this isn't about aesthetics, this isn't about looking cute or being in clothes, but it's okay to pursue changes in your body for those reasons, but I am talking about a very different feeling when you feel like your body is fighting you. See somebody about it, and don't just see like
obviously
a random person on the internet.
Obviously. Who's recommending this? Who are you saving with this information? Hey guys, if you're so fat you feel trapped in your body and unable to do anything, hey, maybe you should talk to someone about that, and not just like a random person on Tumblr. It's like, what? No. It's like, yeah, obviously. This is like she's making the sound like this is groundbreaking information. This is finally the bit where she's quote unquote helping people. She makes it sound like this is groundbreaking information, and it's like, yeah, obviously, bro. Yeah, obviously.
Like, go see a doctor.
No, really? Oh, that's mental.
My only regret at this point, especially after getting everyone kind of telling me that, you know, I'm stage 4, which is like the worst.
See, that stage 4 thing, that was one of the things she I totally forgot about it, slipped my mind. That was one of the things where she just suddenly, that was like the 2-second clip where she goes, I'm stage 4, it's the worst. And then there's a hard cut there. The second she said that, and the second before she said, I'm stage 4. And for most people, when they think stage 4, they are going to think cancer. You know? And when she says, I'm having surgery, and one of the first clips she plays is, I'm stage 4, you know? You're naturally going to assume she's talking about cancer, because the majority of people, when they hear stage 4, will think about cancer. And this is not the first time we've seen one of these, larger people clickbaiting cancer as part of their health journey to try and get more attention on themselves. Yeah, Boogie did it, Amber's done it. I would argue she's doing it now, because that's, at least she didn't put it in the title of the video, but I'm having surgery is pretty vague in itself and pretty clickbaity in itself. It's a bit disgusting, honestly.
And also it seems like, and again, we don't know for sure because there's just so many unknowns at this point, but it seems like I'm producing lipidemic cells faster than I'm burning like healthy fat cells, which is part of the reason I stopped losing weight.
Really?
I'm just mad I didn't do this sooner.
You could, but you can burn a lot. Like, you can lose a lot of weight very quickly. And, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense that she can produce so much lipedema, which, like, yes, it does grow and it does expand, but I've never heard of anyone potentially gaining, 6 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds, 12 pounds of lipedema per week. That is, like, a permanent thing that's staying on her. Because, like, you can lose 12 pounds a week. You can lose 20 pounds a week if you're, eating 1,800 calories and exercising a lot like she was claiming to be doing. So, like, her claiming she is gaining that much in lipedema, and it has been going like that since, like, January she claims she stopped losing weight. Bro, we're, like, 6 months on. If you're gaining that many pounds of lipedema a week, then you should be looking bigger. Like, you should. It's not just, like, oh, well, I've lost weight, but the fat is just being replaced by lipedema. You should visibly be looking bigger, because lipedema is like expands outwards.
And a lot of the reason I didn't do it sooner is because and this is so hard to say, I was scared of the optics, because I wanted to believe I could do it myself. And it felt like pursuing surgery, pursuing medical treatment was me being a failure. And that is just simply not it. I am still working through that mental hurdle, but I need to say that because I think it's really important for people to.
Like I said, the biggest problem with her, like, randomly just mentioning, like, medication, as, like, the way she was talking about it with weight loss, I thought the weight loss medication, like, it was, like, Ozempic or something like that, which is, like, once, like I said, arguably her not doing it by herself. So, if she's already willing to take that, willing to take the surgery as an extra leap, doesn't really seem like that's out of there, really.
Here.
But I do
get not a failure.
Finally, that's an argument I get.
You are not a failure if you accept your condition. You are not.
I agree with that. That's the thing. I actually, finally a bit where it's actually get somewhat correct information, and I agree with that information. Whilst I might say that saying, like, I'm so proud of myself because I got the surgery. Like, I wouldn't be, like, proud of myself for getting the surgery, because it's like, yeah, it's like saying I'm proud of myself because I flew, I traveled all the way to, like, Japan or something like that. It's like, well, bro, literally all I did was get on a plane. I'm not proud of myself for getting on a plane, because it's just, I got on, I didn't fly there myself, I didn't Superman it, If I suddenly worked out how to Superman it, maybe I'd be proud of myself, but I literally just got on a plane, So finding, like, pride and stuff like that, I wouldn't agree with, but, like, I don't think you're like, oh, you're a cheater, you suck, you're terrible, because you couldn't do it yourself. Like, if you can't do it yourself, it's perfectly fine. I couldn't do some surgery on myself, so I got someone else to do it for me, you know? So that's totally fine.
Not a failure if you want to stop the pain. You cannot. Especially if you're in.
I also should argue one like a civil point of like, because like I'm an abrasive dickhead. I understand that entirely. But you really like just like Anna, she shouldn't be watching reaction channels or stuff because she shouldn't care what people think. It's like someone go like, "Oh, you're a failure loser because you had to get the surgery." It's like, okay, I don't care. I'm thin. I don't care. I'm healthier. Like, why do you care what randos on the internet say? That's always been my issue with people like this, and it's why lolcows become lolcows because they care so much about what randos on the internet say about them. Why should you care what a random? Why do you don't care what I say? I'm a fucking potato. Like, literally, why would you give a fuck what I think about you online? You're your own person. Like, me calling you out or saying, like, not being happy with your lies or your weird victim mentality. Like, okay. Well, I don't know, if you're gonna want criticism and you want to try and improve or learn from it, fine, listen to me then. But if you don't care and you don't really want to listen to me, then why should you care about my criticism? Just discard them. You know, you're not gonna try and grow from them or anything like that. Just like any other person who's criticizing you. So just, all right, whatever. I don't care, potato man.
The later stages like I am. Just magically eat well and exercise it away. I am living proof of that. I think there are some.
Oh, that's dangerous now.
People where that works, and that's why it's not a.
No. There's some very special people who like lose weight by eating healthy and exercising. This magic, very rare. No, the vast majority of people. You're the oddity. It's so weird that she's trying to act like calories in, calories out. It doesn't work. It literally just does. Sure, can I get rid of lipedema? No, but I'm sorry, I'm not buying this. When you look at the options of either she's magic and she's getting 12 pounds of lipedema cells per week, or she's not exercising as much as she is claiming, and she's not doing the work that she is claiming. If you look at the two of them, Occam's razor, the simplest solution is probably the real one.
Cut and dry line, but I know for me and my body, I have done everything right, and I have to.
This one is really
take
funny.
Solace in that I've done everything I possibly could do on my own. And it's not.
See, it's bad. It's because it's the Amberlynn thing when she goes, "I've done everything right." You haven't. You aren't where you're sitting today because you did everything right. Stop it. Everyone fails. I am so much fitter than you, and I fuck up. I do things wrong. I do an exercise wrong, and I might injure myself or strain something. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Everyone messes up. Even people who are like professional athletes will mess up their diet. They will mess up their exercise. You haven't done everything perfect. Certainly not.
It's not worked.
I like funny things. It's not even funny. It's just lame. It's just like cringe.
And then it just stopped.
Yep, sure, bro. It's just magic like that. Was that another mid-roll ad just placed in there? Another one? How many mid-rolls are we stuck in this pause? Oh my god, it's so... Look how dramatic she's being. Are you people falling for this? Do people actually fall for this when she's like doing the dramatic stare off into the distance? This is the funny shit I will laugh at, but the rest of it is just like, it's just lame. It's so manipulative, it's so cringy, it's so clickbaity. It's so fucking victim-y, which I just really don't agree with. You're not a victim. You're just not. Boo-hoo, you're fat. Boo-hoo, you have lipedema. Boo-hoo, you got health issues. Boo-hoo. Work to overcome them. Don't come on the internet and cry and want people to pat your ass and say, no, you're actually perfect. You actually did everything right. You're a role model for me because you get paid lots of money to go on cruises and then you sit here and complain about your life. Oh my god, this is embarrassing, bro. We get to the point at any point? She's trying so hard. She has tried this entire time, and her eyes aren't even wet. She hasn't had a single tear. She's literally like, might as well be fucking plucking pubes here at this time to try and get the fucking tears to come. Oh my god.
Sorry, I just.
You want to try harder?
There, 'cause I just.
Oh, sorry guys, I stopped there. Okay, that's a normal thing for humans to say in this recorded video where you could just have edited that out.
I'm emotionally overwhelmed.
Are you?
I'm trying to keep it together. I've tried to...
Oh, I'm emotionally overwhelmed, but I can remember to stop saying fuck so I can say frick so I can make sure this gets pushed in the algorithm and I get money.
8 times.
Stop it, you're
and
embarrassing.
I don't know if I've gotten the words right, but I think at this point it doesn't matter if I've gotten the words right. If you...
Embarrassing.
Accept me and what's in my heart, that's great. And if you don't...
I don't accept your lies, that's the problem.
Goodbye.
I wish you could say goodbye, but I'm going to still watch your reaction channels. So you don't wish us a good day and goodbye. You're obsessed with the reaction channel, so much so that you randomly have to bring them up during this random thing when you're pretending that it was because you're looking at your surgery. Whatever the fuck, bro. Oh my god.
There is always going to be someone that wants me to be a villain.
Oh my god.
I don't need to be that villain in my life anymore. I don't need
If you pinch your eyes even tighter, you might actually get a tear out finally.
the person that's mean to me anymore.
Oh my god.
I don't need to be that. It's so mean getting this and taking care of myself and continue.
I know this comes across as really mean, but see, like, I would feel myself I would feel it's mean if I'm, like, actually laughing at someone who's being genuine. She's not being genuine. Like I said, it's very clearly manipulation. She is doing this entire thing to paint herself as a victim, and that people are mean to her. Like, if you're actually that upset, you wouldn't think to censor your language so you can put mid-roll ads in.
You're really fighting for me. It's really part of being kind to myself.
Wow.
And doing the best I can for myself.
We've heard this in, like, all of her videos so far. This isn't even, like, new.
Those people don't deserve me. And that's it.
Don't deserve you. You're not that big a catch. You really aren't. They don't deserve me. Because everyone wants to be with you. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants to be able to sit down and watch you. Watching you is a pleasure and it's a benefit to our existence. Oh, wait, it's not.
I think I definitely need to make a better video about how to get diagnosed. I had all these things I was going to talk about.
Oh my
like,
god.
all the processes I went
She's
through.
literally clickbaiting her next video about this. She's actually split into 2 videos.
And how I was diagnosed and what other like comorbidities I have, because it's very often that when you have lipedema you have other issues.
No,
but I just
really?
can't do that right now.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Oh, but you can edit this video? But you can edit this video and put it up with mid-roll ads in it. Cool.
Well, when I feel just better in this. Every day I cry, every freaking day I cry.
Oh, what a victim. So hard to be you.
And every day I just think maybe if I get a good night's sleep it'll feel better, and it's not. It's usually worse.
Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Alright, cover your eyes there. Maybe you poke your tear ducts a wee bit more, you'll get tear signs.
But that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. Because I matter and because I need it. That's why I'm doing this.
This is your role model, guys.
It's what I need to do. I love y'all. You have been so supportive on this journey, and I just want to say thank you.
Vast majority of people seem to not like her. Like, she has more support in this video because, like I said, she's going as hard as she possibly can for the manipulation, and like I said, it's clearly worked. But generally, she doesn't seem to have a lot of support because most people just don't seem to like her, which I find, like, I think that's, like, totally acceptable. I think it's totally acceptable to not like her. She's a very disingenuous person. Like, this entire thing has been so performative. It's just all about manipulation. It's all about being a victim. It's all about blaming other people. It's not her. It's just, I don't know, it's really annoying, you know? It's like I said, I generally like to try and watch things that are funny and I can have a bit of a laugh and react to. It's like why I like her try-on haul and I just kind of enjoy sitting there watching her wear clothing and stuff like that. It's like, okay, it's kind of fun. Oh, well, I wonder what I think about this dress. You know, like that kind of thing. It's just kind of fun, you know? This is like the bad side of Glitter and Lasers. This is the manipulation side. Usually on her, like, Voyage videos, she will have a segment or two of this, but in like a 20-minute video, it might be 2 minutes. This is the 20-minute video where it is just all, oh, I'm so poor, oh, woe is me, I have such a hard life, guys, even though I have a life most people probably be very happy with. But no, guys, I'm so unfortunate, and also, by the way, none of this is my fault. None of this is my fault. It's like someone force-fed me 400,000 cheeseburgers. None of this is my fault at all.
This is the last thing I'm going to say because it's in my head, and I think
especially when
someone needs to hear it, so I'm just going to say it.
I think someone needs to hear it after this mid-roll out, of course. It's just like it's hard she's trying to cry as well. It's just kind of lame.
I've spent a lot of my life hiding my pain because I felt like a burden, because I felt like...
When have you ever hit your pin? She complains in every single video. What?
That if I told people I hurt, that if I told people things were hard, that they would think...
Say it every video! Every video!
That I was challenging or difficult and that they would not include me in things, so I just found ways.
Understandable.
To mask it, to hide it.
She literally complains in every fucking video. What is she talking about? This is the problem when she goes, I smile through the pit. No, you don't. You out of everyone, you certainly do not.
To keep going, even when it was not great to keep going. And I didn't know there was an alternative.
What's the alternative? Are you going to say what the alternative is?
You don't know if you feel that way.
Nope, there's no alternative, guys. Never mind.
I've literally learned in like the last 2 days.
What, complain on the internet?
People in your life that love you will understand.
so
just to tell them,
lame.
to let them help you.
You literally tell random internet nobodies about your issues every week. Well, no, wait, guys, I finally learned I can tell people about... Okay, bro. Double thumbs up.
I've had times, or at the end of the day, I can't walk data because I hurt too much.
Cringe.
And to see my friends step up and help me has not only made me closer to them, but it's also made me feel so loved and supported. So I would say let those people in. Let those people know your pain.
See, this is like nothing unlike what she said in every other video. This like sudden realization is the most like, yeah, no shit, bro. You said this before. What am I meant to feel here? It's so blatant.
You're not a burden.
Well, you are. You are. You seem like you'd be hard to be friends with.
I need to go cry into a pillow right now.
Guys, I'm crying, by the way. Have I mentioned that yet? No, I can't show it to you, but, you know.
I'll check you later.
This is so fucking lame. Oh, really embarrassing. Yeah. I see why people wanted me to react to it, but like I said, I generally react to funny things and fun things where I can try to have a bit of fun with it. Because, like, she's like the poster child. Because she wants to be the poster child for, like, loving yourself and being an amazing person and being, like, the bubbliest, coolest, awesomest person who's ever so awesome, but is also, like, the biggest victim who's ever been a victim, guys, and you should feel sorry for her and sit through all of her miserable ass. She wants to be, like, both of them at the same time, and it's really lame. But right now, she is, like, the poster child for, like, you know, like, anti-fat acceptance movement to people who, like, do, like, cringe fat people on TikTok, those kind of videos, you know? She's, like, the type of poster child for, like, them, where they just, like, see this person, they are such a fucking whiner, they're such a moan, they want everything gifted to them, they're acting like they're the biggest victim in the world when everything is wrong with them. They have done to themselves, but they're taking no responsibility and are trying to push it onto society for them eating themselves into having like an unhealthy body, that kind of shit. And it's just like, I feel like you're more detrimental to your cause than good for it. Sorry, this wasn't fun. I'm going to try and trim a lot out because I feel like I was very repetitive in this because she was also very repetitive. Like I said, she made it 23 minutes long just so she could stick as many mineral ads in as possible. Actually, before I finish this, I really quickly want to say, because I went down and had a wee look at the comments afterwards, and it's really funny to see that even people who are like supporting her, I'm so happy with you. There are people like disagreeing who are supporting her as to what she's even talking about. There's loads of people thinking she's talking about bariatric surgery, and I thought she was talking about like lipedema removal surgery. I thought that's what she was talking about. I thought she was talking, because she's talking about she's gaining lipedema faster than she's losing weight. So I thought, okay, well, they're probably going to try and get rid of the lipedema then, so it stops, like, spreading or whatever. But there are people saying, like, oh no, she's getting ready for bariatric surgery. She's going to get, like, a tummy, like a gastric band or something like that. There are people, like, you're on her side, don't even know what she was talking about during this. And I'm sitting going, like, I don't even know what she was talking about. Like, maybe they are right. Maybe it is bariatric surgery she's getting. Maybe she's not getting. I was thinking, like, was I just not paying attention? Were all these people not paying attention? Or is it just because, like I said, she was just being deliberately vague about everything because she wanted to make herself a victim? I can't believe that. This is so weird to go down and just see all these people, like, you know, like, oh yeah, you have lipedema surgery. Oh no, she's having bariatric surgery. And everyone's just arguing about it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking stupid. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.